So I hope from tomorrow I think we can just make the other better way of communicating also. So actually there are other students also who will be joining from tomorrow. So I hope we all attended some of the introduction to EWM. So I will make these classes very practical so that you need to learn the subject much more practical. Yeah, hi.
Dini?
Yeah.
Can you speak a little loudly or a little closer to the microphone?
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah,
it is better.
Okay, so what we will do is that we will make the system much more practical so that everybody understands the concept. So even though if you are from a technical guy also, just by seeing the concept we should be able to understand. So today actually I'll just take you through the what warehouse actually we are going to configure and also what are all the scenarios we'll be doing it up. So I just want to take you through the glance of what the exercises for each scenario we are going to do it. So let's take this is the warehouse which we are going to configure. So even actually if you are thinking of like certain scenarios that also we can go ahead and we can configure.
Sure.
So now this is our warehouse. So where actually we'll be executing all our operations. So assuming that I hope the screen is very much clear and my mouse pointer is very clear to you.
right.
Okay, so in my warehouse I have the particular the cold handling unit management where I'll be storing all the cold goods, and also in my warehouse I have a hot zone where I'll be storing all the goods in hot also, and I'm having one picking zone to pick the particular goods in the hot area, and I'm having a scrap handling, and also I'm having a packing work center to pack my cold goods, and I'm having one particular another the packing to pack the hot goods, and also I'm having a one labeling work center. So where actually different the labels I will apply it, and I'm having a picking point. So where actually the goods actually will be delivered to a particular picking point. And I'm having an identification point also. Usually the identification point acts like a initial starting conveyor entry where I'll be deciding whether I want to, suppose if the goods arrived in the GR zone. So identification points decided whether actually I want to send it to cold zone or whether I want to send it to the hot zone also. And also I'm having some separate zone for the frozen one. And before actually storing the goods in the cold, actually I want to store it in the some intermediate bin also. So this is like a very small warehouse which we want to configure, and my warehouse is having something like around some 4 doors for the inbound and as well as for the 4 doors for the outbound. So this is like a very simple warehouse which we can configure, and within the warehouse actually which we are going to execute the various scenarios also. So apart from that whatever the layout actually you are seeing here, outside our warehouse we are going to add the ad management also. So ad management means where actually we can add the trucks actually can be checking in and the checking out to the warehouse. So is it clear now that how a warehouse looks like and what are all the things which will be using it also? So you want actually to add any other scenarios also, so that this diagram whatever you are seeing here this will act as like the baseline for all the exercises.
Srini, I have one thing to speak.
Yeah, please go ahead.
This is Suraj. If you whenever you will start now, can you just put on the means like what is the start and how it will go in.
Exactly. That's what actually. So I'll send this diagram so that even tomorrow this actually should give you a very practical idea to you. Suppose see here.
Yeah.
What actually we will be starting with the scenario is that can you see here there is a door here.
Right.
So we'll be taking the goods to the GR zone, and then in the later scenarios we'll be putting it in the intermediate storage bin, and then we'll be storing the goods in the cold store also. That is the one scenario. In other scenario, what actually we'll be doing is that the goods will be coming up, the goods will be storing in the GR zone, but assuming that both the goods came in one single box, so I want to separate them and then I want to store the goods in the cold and as well as in the frozen also.
So means deconsolidation you will be doing.
Exactly, the deconsolidation. And then in some other scenario, what we'll be doing is that I'll be getting the goods, but before storing the goods, okay, I want to send them to a work center where I want to do the labeling. Suppose okay, I got the empty water bottles. I want to apply the labels, and some of them I want to store it in the frozen, and then after the labeling, okay, some of them I want to store it in the hot also.
So VAS.
That is something called as, okay, the value added services.
Okay.
Okay, and sometimes, okay, I'll be getting this GR zone, and then, okay, I'll be applying the label, and then, okay, I'll be doing the packaging, okay, or I'll be doing packing, and then, okay, doing the storing. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, that is, okay, the called as process oriented storage control. That means, okay, as soon as the GR is done, suppose like, okay, if I get, okay, suppose like, okay, Pepsi and, okay, as well as the other water also. So I just want to, okay, put the label, and then, okay, I want to store it here. And then, okay, something like, okay, if I'm having a big vendors, I want to pack them in one big pallet, and then, okay, I want to store them in the normal packing also. So like, okay, various permutations and combinations, okay, can exist here. Okay, and in other zone, what you can do is that, okay, the GR zone, okay, the goods will be coming up, but there is an outbound delivery, okay, which will not even store the goods inside. From here itself, actually, I'll ship the goods out. That's called as, okay, the cross docking.
Cross dock.
Okay, so and then, okay, we'll be handling, okay, the stock type, the scrap handling also. This is like, okay, the small separate part of the unit. So this all like, okay, in the inbound side. So in the inbound side, okay, we'll be handling like, okay, the GR handling, and also that, okay, the put away strategies. The put away strategies means, like, suppose like, okay, if I get, okay, the 5 kilos, okay, store it here. If I get, okay, the 50 kilos, okay, just store it here. So like the way where you want to store the goods, okay, that is, okay, called as the put away strategies also. Is it clear now? So similarly, okay, the vice versa, okay, what actually, okay, we are going to handle it is the picking side also. So we'll be picking, okay, the picking from here one goods, and as well as, okay, the picking, and then, okay, we'll be doing the packing, and then, okay, we'll be sending it to the goods issue zone, and then, okay, we'll be dispatching the goods to the outside also. Or sometimes, okay, we'll pick it, and then, okay, we'll pack it, and then, okay, we'll dispatch the goods to the goods issue zone also. So the process actually looks very simple, but actually if you can just think of, right, okay, and various users are, okay, will be working like, okay, using the RF guns also here. So various, okay, the resources, and then, okay, the forklifts. So a lot of things actually, okay, will be working, okay, inside, okay, these zones. Is it clear now? So that, okay, this actually what we can do is that, okay, we'll be starting with a simple layout of like this thing, so that it will give a pictorial idea, and then on top of this thing, okay, we'll build very complex scenarios. So what do you say? So if you have any other things, okay, in your mind also, you can just share with me, so that, okay, while key exercises are going on, okay, we can keep on adding to our scenarios, and then we'll see that, okay, how to configure those things.
All right. This is all regarding goods receipt, right?
Yeah, this is actually, okay, from the GR, and then, okay, to the ID point, and then, okay, to the labeling, and then, okay, we'll be storing the goods.
Yes.
Exactly.
And if there is any production going on, that should be internal process procuring. So
yeah,
that's
exactly.
also the same way.
Yeah, so what actually, if it is a production is going on, okay, what actually we'll be doing is that, okay, okay, I'll tell you one thing. First of all, okay, the baselines of EWM, every location is a bin. Okay, I'll tell you, okay, I'll just write it out, okay, so that, okay, you will never forget these things. Okay, this is very simple rules of EWM. So if you just remember these rules, actually, you will never forget any of the configuration. Okay, so first thing is that, okay, every location in EWM is a bin. Okay, is it clear now? So whether it is a packing location, or whether it is a picking location, whether it is the ID point, or whether it is the GR zone, or whether it is a final put away, everything is a bin only. Is it clear now? So even if it is a production also, okay, if you want to integrate to the EWM, okay, so what you need to do is that, okay, we need to integrate the production supply area. So we'll be covering that thing in the PSA integration. So what actually we'll be doing is that, okay, even that, okay, the production supply area, we'll treat it as a bin, so that from that particular bin, okay, we'll be providing the goods to the production supply area, or we'll be receiving the goods to the particular area. So everything is like okay, treated as a bin only. Okay, so let us see that okay, what are all the main elements of the EWM also. Okay, so first thing is that okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I hope one thing, QM.
You want to talk about QM? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, QM also, okay, what we can do is that, okay, assuming that, okay, once the goods is received here, so what I will do is that, okay, we can just, okay, let's take this thing as an example.
Yeah. So one more area will be created as a QM and we will be adding the process, right?
Exactly. So what I can do is that, okay, let's take this, okay, as a quality work center.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so once assuming that, okay, the goods are available in the GR zone, they'll be moved to the quality work center. And there actually they will check that, okay, whether the goods are actually the quality wise it is meeting your requirement or not. And then you can decide it. What we can decide is that whether you want to store the goods inside or I want to directly send them to the scrap zone.
So that is also a bin?
Yeah, that's also a bin. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll tell you, okay, that's what, I'll tell you the architecture now so that, okay, you will see that, okay, at the end of the day, what are all the technical elements, because, okay, at the end actually, for the end user actually it may look like different, but tomorrow if we are going to, as a functional consultant, okay, we should know that, okay, how the EWM product is actually, they constructed it also. Okay, so, first of all, okay, the warehouse number. This is the highest level element in the EWM. Okay. So, what is actually this warehouse number? Some of you actually might be already worked in WM, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, what exactly this warehouse number, and what is the difference between a plant or okay, the plant storage location versus okay, the putting inside a warehouse number? Because these questions actually are very basic and which actually everybody should be able to answer it. So then only actually, okay, we'll be deciding that, okay, how this EWM works.
The warehouse number is a identical name given to the warehouse, first thing.
Okay.
Whereas
Yeah.
the plant is a name, it's a name, but it's a valuation area also. Whereas warehouse is a not valuation area, it's only quantity.
Okay.
Is taken place.
Quality update happens in warehouse.
Warehouse.
Whereas the plant is a valuation.
Valuation. Yeah.
Yeah. So in ERP, okay, so what actually we are doing as of now is that, okay, so we can actually put actually like different, like, okay, the storage areas, or okay, if you want, we can just like inventory management level, we can put it at the plant and storage location combination, or okay, if you want it actually to chill to the detailed bin level in ERP, okay, we can define a warehouse number, and that particular warehouse number we will always assign it to the plant storage location combination. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So if it is a ERP, then the storage location will be the highest entity without warehouse. If the
Exactly.
warehouse is there, then the individual space is a individual identical.
Exactly. So because okay, we cannot, okay, with the storage location concept, okay, we cannot identify up to the bin level. So that is the reason,
Right.
okay, where actually, okay, we have the warehousing WM module, okay, comes into picture. So I can always, okay, put my inventory management, okay, like a simple, okay, the plant and then multiple storage locations, or like, okay, one plant storage location, or okay, we can, okay, if you want to have a detailed bin level, okay, we can have it in the warehouse management level also. That okay, is it clear now?
Yes. Yes.
So how actually, okay, this is available in the ERP. So what I can decide is that now once I define, okay, my plant storage location and warehouse number in ERP, now I can decide it that, okay, whether my warehouse is like, okay, I can always maintain it. Whether it is like, okay, the decentralized warehouse, whether it's a decentralized WM, or okay, whether it is a local warehouse management. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, that means, okay,
Yes,
Now.
say,
yeah, please.
here plant is what exactly is a plant in this case? Is it really something manufacturing or is something different?
It can be the manufacturing one, or okay, it can be the simply like your distribution center also.
Okay.
Okay, So it can be the actual manufacturing plant, or it can be the your distribution center also you can represent as your plant.
Okay, okay. So similarly, the storage location also like that?
Exactly, the same thing. So it's basically like the where actually you are going to put your goods, or it's basically I can say that it's a inventory management.
Okay.
Okay. So in ERP, actually if you look at tomorrow I can take you through the system also. So this is a very basic concept. We have to remember it. The plant storage location combination will be assigning to the ERP warehouse number. So assuming that as of today we don't have EWM, so till this thing we have in the ERP WM. But if you want actually the EWM, so that warehouse should be a decentralized WM. Is it clear now? Okay, so that means that all the warehouse operations are not managed in ERP, they are managed in a separate system.
Got it.
Okay.
Srini,
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah.
If the third party tool is attached, that is if it is decentralized,
Okay.
then we will be only starting with a warehouse number, right?
Exactly. You will be just starting with the warehouse number only, nothing else in ERP.
No, 1 minute. When the it is decentralized warehouse, when the third party software will be attached, that time
Okay. Now
ERP will be not there, no? So directly it is means EWM will be there. I want to say ERP EWM.
No.
Means only EWM box will be there. There will be no R3.
yeah, that also you can do it, because that actually the reverse way actually. See, I'm just now taking from the ERP side.
Oh, okay.
Okay, suppose now what actually you can do is that see, instead of this I talked about this plant storage location combination with respect to the ERP. So this decentralized WM is nothing but our EWM. So I know in place of R3 I can have some other software also.
Yes.
But usually 99.9% cases the customers always have R3 only, they use EWM.
Okay.
Okay. So very rare. Till now I have not seen any customer just using EWM alone without R3.
Okay. Why? Because I ask because as it is a standalone system, like Manhattan, this can be used. So
Exactly.
people will come. I have finance system with this. I have HR with this. I have something with this. Planning with another tool. So can I use a EWM?
Exactly. They can do it.
Yes, yes, you can use.
Yeah. So suppose see here, if they want to actually use like SCM APO and then SNC and then the demand planning, and then if they want to use Manhattan, they can still do it.
Yeah. In the opposite way also it can be done.
Yes, in the opposite way also it can be done. Suppose like I can use the red parry of the Manhattan, and then SAP ERP I can use it.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. So in the normal actually, what we do is that suppose if you are already in the WM, what we'll do is that it's like we'll be creating the WM, the transfer order, and then you will be sending it to the legacy or wherever actually you are executing those operations, and then you will be completing those things. Okay, so now let us see that let's go to our basics. Okay, so we now identified that what is a warehouse number and when the EWM is going to come into the picture. When in my ERP, if my plant storage location points to a warehouse number, and if that warehouse number is pointed to a decentralized WM, then my EWM will come into the picture. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that is actually my starting point for my EWM. Okay, so let's see that what are all the basic words of whatever be the words we have seen it, so that we just get to know. So in EWM, the organization structure I'll just divide it. Storage type, these are very basics which are similar to the WM. So if you already know WM, just don't worry, just be with me for a while. Storage section, and a bin. I'm just listing out all the master data elements, so that which you should be knowing it. The bin and a door, and a work center. Can you see here now? We have the different the work centers, the resource, Also, okay, let's the resource queues.
Activity area.
Yeah, that actual, so okay, will be actually, yeah, okay, we'll be just okay, we'll combine all those things. Okay, let's see the basic things like what is a storage type, what is a storage section. So can we just let's go back to our layout. So what is a storage type, and what is a storage section, and what is a bin exactly? So see here, here actually my code is my storage type actually, where I'll be just putting those combining the different the spatial characteristics, and hot is one of my storage type, and also the GR zone is the another the role actually which it will be playing it also, and that work center itself is a storage type. You got it now? So at the end actually everything is a bin, but that location is actually playing a different role in my warehouse. Is it clear now?
Mm-hmm.
So even actually the labeling, that itself is like a work center. So my storage type having a role of work center only, I can use it as a my labeling work center only.
No, Srini, in this case,
Yeah.
there will be storage type called as labeling.
Yeah, we'll actually create a storage type, and that storage type will have a role of like a work center.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just once actually we log into the system, I'll take you through that. How do we define that various storage types to play various roles?
Yeah.
Suppose suppose tomorrow if you want to create a packing work center bin, first of all that bin, see, I'm just repeating, suppose tomorrow if you want to create a packing work center, that particular packing work center bin should belong to a storage type having the role of a work center. Okay, so that point actually, we should never forget it also. So the storage type, it is defines like a spatial characteristics, and apart from that, it even defines that the characteristics of the bin also. That means whether the bin can be used as a work center, or whether the bin can be used as a ID point, or whether the bin can be used as a pick point also. Okay, now storage section. What is the section actually? Suppose I want to actually combine this as a one section, the upper section here, and then the lower section in the another also. So one storage type usually we can divide it into the multiple the storage section, and bin is like a location. Is it clear now? And the door. So the door is also the one of the element, but even if you want to define the door also, first of all, the door is just nothing but a bin only, but that bin is having a storage type role of the door. Okay, so these are the very basic words and terminology, so that it will never get confused to you at the end of the course. Okay, and then work center also. Okay, so the work center itself also I can have like a picking, packing, and all those things. Okay, so that is also the this thing. And the resource, what is meant by resource?
Humans, workers.
Exactly. Okay, it may be the, suppose it may be the labor, or it may be the my devices also.
Device, yeah, forklift.
Okay, it may be like the forklift, or my automated guided vehicle, or it can be anything also. And then sometimes I'll be assigning the keep on work to them. Suppose these particular 100 picks has to be go to the this particular resource, so I'll be assigning to them the resource queues. Now each resources, most of the times each resource will be working in the particular part of the warehouse. Suppose I want to actually group these particular 10 bins to one area, and also these particular row actually I want to define it separately, so that this will be worked by the different group of workers, and this particular row is worked by the different group of workers. So I can combine the multiple bins, which is nothing but called as the activity area. Is it clear now? Because this word is actually very much important in the EWM. Activity area is the most important word in the EWM, because this is the one actually which drives the deconsolidation also.
Srini?
Yeah.
Can you talk about this resource queues also one more time?
Okay, the queues means, okay, let's take this example that, okay, suppose, okay, there is a warehouse worker, okay, two warehouse workers. One is responsible, okay, for picking the cold goods, and another is actually responsible for picking the hot goods also. Is it clear now? Suppose, okay, I have two workers, okay, one responsible, okay, to pick the cold goods, and another responsible to pick the hot goods.
The resource is assigned to two queues.
Exactly. So, exactly. So the cold picker gets only the work that belongs to the cold goods only.
Okay.
And the hot picker gets only the goods, okay, to pick only the hot goods only. So that's nothing but like, okay, the sequence of work actually which you will be assigning to the particular user.
Okay, okay.
Suppose, okay, usually if you look at in the big warehouses, okay, they will never be like waiting for the work. When the work is ready, automatically it will be dispatched on their RF guns.
Okay.
So if you want to dispatch the work to the RF gun, it should belong to that particular user's queue. Okay, suppose let's take this example that, okay, what actually I want to do like this thing is that, okay, let's take this thing. Okay, I have, okay, 100 picks, 100 pick operations. So out of which actually, okay, the 50 are cold, sorry, 75 are cold picks, and okay, the 25 are, okay, the hot picks. My resources are such a way that, okay, I have two pickers for cold and, okay, one picker for hot. So automatically this 75 cold should be available in the work of these two pickers, and this 25 hot picks should be available only in the other picker for the hot only. Is it clear now? So this 75 can be completed by, okay, either of these pickers. But this 25 has to be only completed by this picker only. So I have to assign the work automatically to them. That's nothing but called as, okay, the resource queues.
Srini,
Yeah.
actually I have one question which was a problem in my warehouse, which I implemented. Now 75 which the cold will be allocated to two pickers, and if both the guns are now ready, okay?
Yes.
So it will be like picking for the queue name is cold pick, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
And that will be assigned to that two pickers, okay?
Yeah, that means both the pickers having the same work now.
So yeah, now let's say you have the number of warehouse tasks 1 to 75.
Yeah.
This two picker will be now one. They can see now in the screen. First it is coming. What will be the on the another screen means two guns. What they will show means, you understand? The first will show one.
So
the second will also show 1 or 2.
Yeah. So what actually, okay, it will do is that, assuming that, okay, both are now, assuming that, okay, both are just simply standing, both gets the same work. So whoever actually goes to the first pick, and then if they start scanning, right, okay, so automatically that particular warehouse task will be locked for that user, so that, okay, it will be removed from that other user.
Oh, okay.
Once you scan the bin.
Yeah, exactly. Once actually you scan the bin, that particular task or the warehouse order, it will get locked, so that, okay, the rest of the user, okay, he will not have the access to that thing.
Okay. So,
but if two people will go to the same place, for example, all the way from one corner, then it is a waste of time, right? In that case.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the reason. Okay. What actually, okay, we'll do is that, okay, we can do the load distribution also.
Srini, why I asked this question? The point was, can this picker will be allocated to activity area, so that
that's what.
So that in the cold only 2 division will be, or 3 division can be done.
Yes.
So out of 75, it will be divided into 2 or multiple.
Yeah.
According to activity area only, this particular picker can go.
Exactly, because, okay, ultimately the activity area is the one, okay, which drives it.
Right.
See, assuming that, okay, here, okay, like, okay, what actually here the example which I took is that I treated the cold itself as one activity area, and the hot itself, the whole hot itself is like another activity area.
Yeah.
So in that case, actually, okay, both the pickers, okay, can get to get these things. But usually, okay, if you are going to get the conflicts, right, okay, what we can say is that, yes, this worker is responsible only for this activity area, and the other worker is responsible only for the other activity area. So we can actually, okay, see, that's what I'm telling you. Activity area is nothing but a combination of bins. So till to the bin level, okay, we can control it whatever we want it.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope, okay. Anyway, once actually we log into the system, right, okay, we can play with the system that, okay, yeah, if this is the requirement, okay, how it can be done.
Yeah, we can do a configuration. Yes.
Okay,
Fine,
so
fine. Then you can go
yeah,
forward.
I think, yeah, that will be more interesting. Okay, so next actually, okay, what actually I just want to discuss with you is that, okay, the very basic things. So, okay, once you define the any warehouse, okay, so in the warehouse, okay, we'll be defining the warehouse number, and from the ERP side, okay, we have the plant and the storage location. So which will be pointed to the ERP. It's like a dummy warehouse number only in ERP, but at the end it will be pointed to the EWM warehouse number. Now, once you define the warehouse number, okay, we need to assign that, okay, the supply chain entity and then, okay, the party entitled. So what is meant by this party entitled? That is nothing but, okay, the owner of the stock. Is it clear now?
No. What is the
Yes, okay, this word is actually very much limited to the EWM only. There's nothing to do in the ERP. So party entitled means, okay, usually that is the owner of the stock. Usually it will be the plant only. Let us take this example. Okay, have you ever, okay, came across this scenario? The vendor managed inventory.
Vendor managed inventory.
Yeah. So in the vendor managed inventory, okay, who is like, okay, the owner of the stock? Or, okay, let's take this example, like, okay, third party managing warehouses. How do you manage them in SAP? Or, okay,
In warehouse management, it was not possible.
sorry?
In warehouse management, it was not possible.
Suppose, let's
No,
take
it
this
is.
example that, let's take
In
this
that,
example, like, okay,
In that case, only in our organization, we will only name it as a third party warehouse.
yeah, yeah.
And
So
we know
we
that
can represent-
all the
Yeah.
and we means as a company or as a consultant only will be seeing that yes, this will be allocated to third party people who will be handling all that,
Yes.
all the sequencing. So
Okay.
other than that, in the system there will be nothing.
Okay, suppose actually it is, if it is our stock but it is managed by the third party warehouse.
Mhm.
Or, okay, sometimes what people will be doing is that, okay, in one single warehouse, okay, we'll be managing the stock of, okay, two different, okay, the people also.
Yes.
Right, right.
Okay, that's the same, it's like the same material only, but, okay, the party entitled, okay, it will be different also. So this is actually the moreover like a terminology, like, okay, if I want to manage that, okay, who is actually, okay, the stock actually level, that, okay, which is authorized, or, okay, which is the owner of, who is the owner of this stock, okay, so we'll be using this word, okay, the party entitled, and usually, okay, it is nothing but, okay, the plant of the ERP, 90% cases, unless actually, okay, suppose like, okay, I can take this example like, okay, in a particular plant, AT&T cables are maintained by Siemens. Okay, suppose like, okay, here actually the actual, okay, the owner of the stock is AT&T,
AT&T.
but actually that, okay, the stock maintenance is done by the Siemens. I'll show you, okay. So maybe actually, okay, I can take, okay, some more example like, okay, we can use it like in the vendor managed inventory also.
Srini,
Okay, so yeah.
Can it be termed as a like in ERP consignment?
Consignment.
Yeah, consignment also.
Okay.
Okay, so like, okay, various examples, okay, we can just take it because these are all like, okay, the basic words actually, and then, okay, within the supply chain unit, okay, where we'll be maintaining, okay, the time zone of the warehouse, and also, okay, the default, okay, the event profiles, okay, all these things, okay, we'll be assigning at the warehouse number also, we'll be seeing all these things. So in which time zone and the address of the warehouse, okay, this is a very basic data, okay, which will be maintaining it in the warehouse. So we saw that, okay, the warehouse, basic warehouse layout, and also we saw that, okay, what is the warehouse number and what is the starting point, okay, for these things, and then, okay, what are all the basic, like, okay, what is the storage type, section, bin, and we saw that, okay, what is the resource, and also we saw something called as queues also, and we saw what is a party entitled, and what is the supply chain unit also. Now, what is actually the starting point to the ERP to the EWM, and what is the technology used also? So we will discuss this.
One small question.
Yeah.
So what is this supply chain unit?
Okay, it contains the time zone. Okay, it contains the time zone information of the warehouse, and also the various other business partner functions also. It mainly contains that in which time zone the warehouse is located, and also what kind of the stock identification you want to use it, like very basic characteristic of the warehouse.
Okay.
Okay. And also what is the basic unit of measurement, the default unit of measurement. These are the things.
That is supply chain unit, or what exactly that?
Yeah, it's the word is called as the supply chain unit. Okay, it's a one-time setting only. So one-time setting, where you will be putting once you define the warehouse, you need to assign the time zone for the warehouse, and also what is the location also, because because this EWM is actually a part of the SAP APO product, so even that itself actually is available as a location in the location master data.
Okay.
Okay, so then only the APO can do the planning for this particular EWM.
Okay.
So it's mainly used for that particular purpose. Okay, so in the inbound side, once assuming that in the inbound side, in the ERP, so we know that once we know we have a plant and a storage location, so what is the starting thing? So if you want to actually the goods actually if are expected from the vendor, vendor will be sending us the ASN, which will be creating the inbound delivery. Okay, so if this inbound delivery is created in ERP, and if the corresponding the plant storage location combination points to a warehouse, and if it is actually relevant for the EWM, then this inbound delivery will be distributed to EWM. Is it clear now? What is the starting point to EWM?
That means all the communication to external systems will be through ERP only, or through EWM?
It will be through ERP 99% cases. Otherwise, what you can do is that you can directly create the inbound delivery in EWM also.
Okay.
So it assuming that it's a non-ERP system, non-SAP system, so you can directly distribute to the EWM also.
Okay. So majority of the cases it is through ERP.
Yeah, see here, what actually I'm telling is that this part, till this part, it can be the non-SAP system also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that way, you can even handle the non-SAP communication also. So I'm just taking the SAP ERP as an example of the driver system and the EWM as an execution system. So once assuming that, in the inbound process, if the vendor sends the ASN, or I assume that I go and create my inbound delivery. So this inbound delivery will be distributed to the EWM. Okay, so the first document in EWM is called as the IDN, or inbound delivery notification. Okay, and then this will be converted into the inbound delivery. Okay, so this
So the ERP system will send to EWM. What will it will send, like IDN, or it will?
No, it will send as IDN, and it is happens to the QRFC. I'll just take through all these things on structure in the system. Okay, I'm just giving the very basic things. So it will send it as IDN only.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's called as inbound delivery notification. Okay, and then once this inbound delivery notification, it will do all the checks, like whether the document profile check is correct, or whether it has able to find that the default storage type, or all those things, or whether it is able to determine the goods movement bin, and then it will convert into the inbound delivery. Or sometimes it can even do the split, and then it can create the multiple inbound deliveries also. Okay, so that means once actually the inbound delivery is sent here, and then it can split it, and then it can create the multiple inbound deliveries. So this actually acts as a baseline document for the EWM execution. Is it clear now? On top of this thing only, we'll be creating the various the warehouse tasks. So on top of inbound delivery only, we'll be creating the warehouse tasks, and then by combining the warehouse tasks, okay, we'll be creating the warehouse, okay, the orders. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, in the outbound also, so you will be creating an outbound delivery, which will be converted into the outbound delivery request. Okay. Is it clear now?
Srini,
Yeah.
I hope one point when inbound delivery be created, one other document called as TU will be created.
No, TU is actually.
He was in ECC.
I'll tell you. The
Yeah,
TU,
what product?
there are, no. You are talking about TU or TO?
TU,
Okay. No.
transportation unit.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. TU means, okay, assuming that, okay, I'll tell you the practical scenario. You know that, okay, the vendor is actually going to send the goods in a particular truck with a particular trailer information. So at the end of the day, TU is nothing but, okay, it's one handling unit. You agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. The transportation unit is nothing but, okay, the one handling unit. So that itself actually, okay, it contains, okay, the means of transport. Okay, I'm just using the basic words, okay, if others are not following, okay, just let me know, because actually as the question arises, okay, I just want to clear the person. So that means of transport is actually mapped to the packaging material. So then it creates actually a TU in EWM, which you can do the check-in and check-out of your parking lot.
Okay.
Okay, so if you try to go and, okay, create the inbound delivery in ERP, okay, we can see all these things like, okay, the TUs in the EWM and all those things. Okay, so is it clear now? The TU also is nothing but like a packing material, but okay, we'll treat it as a truck inside the system. Okay.
Yeah, Srini, I'm fine.
Okay, yeah. So similarly in the outbound delivery side, okay, first actually SAP ERP will create a outbound delivery, and then, okay, on top of this thing, okay, it will be creating like an outbound delivery request, and then it will split it. Suppose like when actually the splitting can happen, tell me. Like, okay, when actually I need to split my outbound delivery in ERP also.
After ERP, after good issue.
Yeah, it may be like, okay, suppose like, okay, I ordered for 10 goods, but I just, okay, able to only deliver like 8. So that, okay, for the remaining 2 actually I want to split it also. And apart from that, when the delivery split is required?
When my peak is confirmed.
Yeah, that is okay, the picking side. But apart from that, when is the other cases that I need to split my outbound delivery? Okay, let's take this. Yeah, let's
system
take
will check.
Okay.
System will check the quantity at the time of the warehouse order request itself and say that yes, this much only can confirm.
Yeah, suppose like, okay, I ordered for, okay, like, okay, the like one outbound delivery contains, okay, like, okay, the 50 bolts and, okay, the 50 engines also. That means, okay, that, okay, the 50 engines actually, okay, has to be sent through by, okay, the ship, and, okay, the 50 bolts, okay, I'm sending it by flight.
Transportation.
Is it clear now?
Uh-huh.
That means, okay, the route is determined. Sometimes the route can be determined, or, okay, the way actually I'm going to ship the goods is going to be different also. So like this thing, okay, during like, or sometimes, okay, I'm going to pick, okay, the certain parts of the goods only. So like the various reasons, okay, I need to split my outbound delivery also. Similarly, in the outbound delivery in EWM also, okay, based on the route profile or the route management, which I can assign it to the routing determination. So the route determination, I can do it in the SCM, or sometimes I can do it in the ERP also. The route determination. So then it can split the multiple outbound deliveries. On top of this, okay, the ODR, okay, outbound delivery request, okay, it can create the multiple outbound delivery orders, which is the, okay, the base for my warehouse execution. Like, okay, base for warehouse task, and then, okay, the warehouse orders. Is it clear now? Because, okay, if you are going for certification, right, okay, these are all the words actually which will be confusing, and then, okay, a lot of confusion will lead to the exam questions also. Outbound delivery request will be converting to the outbound delivery order, and then once I do the goods issue, it will create a outbound delivery. It's the words actually. I'm just outbound delivery, and it goes and okay update the ERP for the goods
good
issue.
issue.
Yeah. Is it clear now?
Yes.
What are the
Yes,
main
yes.
actually the documents okay that gets exchanged between ERP and EWM? So one is that inbound delivery notification, and in the outbound side it is called as outbound delivery request, which it will be converted to the outbound delivery order, and then it will be converted okay once it is all your warehouse task and warehouse orders are getting executed, it will be converted into the goods issue also. Is it clear now? What are the main basic words? Okay. So
that means the goods issue information will be transferred to ERP?
yeah, it will ultimately okay because in the ERP you have to update the goods issue information.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what actually okay my warehouse okay will be taking care of. So okay. So what will all that okay the master data is required now. Okay, and how it is going to get transferred. Okay, the master data. So we'll be having okay the customer master data, and as well as okay the my plant storage locations, or okay the
Business
or okay the
partners.
my vendor master data, okay, and my material master data. Okay, so this is very much okay the basic master data okay which I have to set it up okay in my EWM. Is it clear now? So most of the times okay what we'll do is that okay this particular data is usually available in the ERP, which we can distribute it through the what is the technology, we'll be distributing through the SIF, okay, the core interface. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
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 So we will actually
Everyone is
start.
okay.
Yeah. So what actually we can do is that okay from tomorrow's or okay the day after tomorrow's class, we can start with okay the first actually what we'll do is that okay we'll define okay the for the very basic okay we'll define our plant and then one storage location. We'll define a dummy warehouse in ERP such a way that okay it is maintained the decentralized, and then okay it is okay once it is due we'll do the RFC connections and everything like the very basic setup for the EWM, and then we'll construct a very simple like a warehouse layout, and then okay after that is done, before you start your warehouse operations, we'll distribute actually some of the data like material master and the plant and all those things through SIF. Okay, and then okay we'll see that okay what are all the user exits, and then okay how to use and where to use also in the master data.
Okay.
So this is actually the first part actually which will be starting up. Okay, so in the SIF actually okay we'll be learning about okay what is the okay the distribution model in SIF. It's all like very simple to use it, but okay just by knowing the user exits and how to use it, and okay what is a QRFC, and then okay how to find the errors. Suppose if something goes wrong, okay how to find errors in SIF also, and then okay what are the user exits, and what are the main transactions in SIF also, like we have something called as okay the CFM1, CFM2, and okay how to register the queues, and then okay how to schedule the queues also, and then what is okay the SMQ1. This is like okay the QRFC handling it. Okay, so these are okay like okay some 7 to 8 okay the very basic transactions in the data distribution between the SCM system to the ERP system also. So this is actually we'll be starting like a very practical example, and then okay we'll be like building the complete warehouse at the end of the course.
One question, Sini.
Yeah.
See, storage bins is also master data. That will be
Yeah.
creating only EWM, right?
No, bin is not a master data.
But in ERP,
No, what
they say
actually you
so.
mean to say? No, what you mean to say the master data is it like a? Yeah, I agree with you. It's a master data. Sorry, so I just thought it's
in
a
ECC,
data.
but how
Yeah,
about
it's a master data.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that we have to create in EWM itself individually, right?
Yes,
That
exactly.
won't get transmitted from ECC.
No. But okay, in the EWM 7 enhancement pack 2, what we have the option is that okay, you can migrate the bin information. Okay, like you can just load using you can migrate the data like from WM to EWM.
Yeah, but this in ECC it's 3 digits, and whereas in EWM it's 4 digits.
Yeah,
So we have to map that, right?
Yeah, you have to map it. Otherwise, okay, generating the bins is not a big deal. Okay, what we can
Yeah, it's
do
not a
is
big deal. Yeah.
So what we can do is that okay, we can always specify that okay the AIL and then okay the like the coordinate structures like okay AA and then okay then particular bin and then particular level and then okay we just put like okay I want 10 bins in this row means okay I can generate the bins.
Yeah. And is it the bins going to be uploaded via LSMW, which you do in ECC, in EWM as well?
LSMW is not exactly required, okay, but what we have is that okay we have a specific function models, so nice function models are available.
Okay, all right.
So you just put them in Excel sheet and then okay you just load it.
Okay, got it.
But most of the times what actually I observed in my experience is that the bin numbers are always in a particular sequence. Suppose like okay all the bins okay like okay the cold 0101 then 0102 cold 03. So I can generate the names whatever I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that way it makes much easy for me to make all the bins and then even I can make all the XYZ coordinates also. And then
Rack,
okay, sorry?
name of rack, level and layers.
Yeah, exactly. The like ASL I can say. Aisle,
Yes.
stack and then level.
Yeah, I'll stack and level.
Yeah, aisle and then stack and then
And
the
level.
levels.
Yes,
Yeah.
level.
So like this thing, okay, like it's like a 3-digit like XYZ. Okay, I can just put it like in which row, in what height and what sub depth. Okay, so that actually okay will be generating it. So I'll just okay send these slides for your reference also, so that okay if you want to even add on top of these things like any scenario if you want it also we can just okay add it and then okay we'll be keep on adding to our exercises.
Okay.
That will be great.
Yeah, so we'll just okay stop for the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then okay I'll just send these slides to Sravanti so that okay she can distribute it to you and then okay so we'll be starting on the SIF side. Okay.
Srini,
Yeah.
sorry for the thing. Actually, you said that you will be always talking about the what function modules and user exits also.
Yeah.
Means you will be giving some Excel sheet like that. You will be having this user exit for this, or do you have anything something like
yeah.
this?
I'll be just okay providing you
that's
that and also even if possible okay I can just take like 10 minutes or something okay I can just explain you that what to code and how to do those things also.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay, because that actually helps you out okay tomorrow if you go to the customer side or as some architect also.
Right. Right.
Okay, so we'll be doing that okay as a first topic like in and out of the SIF side, okay, which is the starting point. And also we'll be starting with this integration like okay what we talked like how actually we can make a one small plant and storage location and how we define it as a decentralized WM and what are the settings we have to make it also.
So we'll be using 2 systems, right? ECC.
Yeah,
and
we'll be using
ECC.
ECC and EWM, 2 systems.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the things. Okay, so I'll just send all this thing information to you. Okay.
All right, Srini.
So
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
okay, Srini, the next class is going to be on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday around 8 maybe Central Time or so.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Srini, okay, as you know that what you are definitely going to configure for these connections, what are the loopholes for these configurations, why
No, it's breaking.
I think the voice is breaking.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the
breaking.
voice is breaking.
in the tomorrow, if as a lead consultant, if okay now, yeah, Srini, actually my query was, whatever you are setting basically for QRFC and CIF, if it is set up by you, then we, sorry,
Yeah.
We can
if
see
it is
that.
set up by you, yeah, yes, if it is set up by you, then we may not know the what exactly stuck up.
Exactly.
Where
Yeah.
it's stuck. So what I want to share with you, okay, you can test the system and delete the system for SIF and QRFC, and one by one you can pick this is the Q, this is the what we are going for, this is the what we are going for, and we will go for the test. so that
Sure.
same thing in any new system also we can able to do that.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Not an issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's a good
so
idea.
what actually what I can do is that, okay, because anyway RFC destination as a functional consultant we are not going to do anything, but
Right.
definitely
Right.
all the SIF queues, like everything as a functional consultant only has to go and set up it on the first day
Right.
in the development quality. So we should be even knowing those things also. So what I
Yeah.
can ask is that, okay, we'll be scheduling only the RFC destination, because even I say that, okay, without that thing, okay, nothing can be done.
Yes.
Okay, so the rest actually you can set it up. That's not an issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Srini. We can help in future for reducing your work, like creating one more storage type by our own. Let's
Yeah.
5 of us will share one storage type or storage bin. In that area we can help you more, but in this area we need to have more in detail.
More.
Yes, exactly. That's what I agree with. That's the reason, okay, I'm just talking about these admin transactions also. SMQR and SMQS and SMQ1 and Q2. One is the
Yeah,
queue
and-
registration, queue scheduling, and how to stop the queue and how to debug. See, these are the questions actually where all the technical people will be coming to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I will come into the picture. Srini,
Yep.
then I will come into the picture.
Okay, no issue. Yeah.
Okay, anyhow.
Okay, so yeah.
But yes. Actually, what is my consideration was, because anytime we are above the technical consultant
Yep.
to troubleshoot, if
Yes,
we know
exactly.
this.
Yep.
Thanks.
So okay, so I'll send this thing.
All right.
Okay. So if you want to add anything to our warehouse layout, right? Okay, apart from the ad management, we'll be adding on top of this thing. So if you want to talk about any scenario, right? Okay, we can just keep on adding to our warehouse, and okay, we'll fill this end-to-end warehouse with till the labor management. Okay,
Okay. All right.
Yes.
and also okay, we can have the nice graphics on top of this warehouse. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you, Srini.
Thanks a lot for your
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.